And on crypto firms, Coinbase, Paradigm, and Consensys are urging the United States Treasury to revisit its proposed reporting requirements for transactions involving crypto mixers, arguing they lack specificity and will be a drain on resources. On January 22nd, Coinbase sent a letter in response to the U.S. Treasury Department's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network's FinCEN notice of proposed rulemaking that proposes requiring domestic financial institutions to implement record-keeping and reporting requirements on transactions involved in convertible virtual currency mixing. The firm argued that the proposed requirements were overly broad, burdensome, and ineffective, and gave two main reasons backing their argument. Firstly, it argued that there is no regulatory gap when it comes to crypto mixers, as regulated entities like Coinbase already file suspicious activity reports on illicit crypto mixing activity above $2,000. Secondly, the proposed rules would lead to bulk reporting of data of little help to law enforcement, invade privacy and risk security by centralizing sensitive information, since not all mixing activities are illicit. It stated before adding, quote, in a January 22nd thread on X, Coinbase's chief legal officer Paul Grewal noted, Congress has said that kind of data dump is a waste of time and resources. If we meet what happened, more are you being here? If a new rule is required, at least A, add a money threshold to minimize the unhelpful information reported and mitigate the heavy burden this poses on exchanges. B, add to make the rule a record-keeping, not reporting requirement. And C, provide an extended implementation period. In October, FinCEN proposed record-keeping and reporting rules, designating cryptocurrency mixing as an area of primary money laundering concern. And FinCEN determined that the percentage of crypto transactions processed by mixers that originated from likely illicit sources was increasing. It proposed requiring domestic financial institutions and agencies to implement certain record-keeping and reporting requirements for transactions involving crypto mixers. Before finalizing any new rules, FinCEN should provide a detailed plan on how the crypto industry can implement the data collection, store it, and provide reports. It suggested the proposed rules are not yet finalized or approved and are still in a comment period subject to public input and revisions before FinCEN decides whether to formally approve and implement them. Meanwhile, Coinbase was not alone in opposing the reporting requirements. In another letter dated January 22nd, Ethereum software solutions provider Consensys submitted a letter to FinCEN arguing that it does keep transferring, with several entities should find a security solution that balances preserving privacy. This CEN is said to vote 3% working well special and balance. If this has to happen, then please make it narrow enough not to do real damage to the ecosystem and its users, it stated. Today, Consensys submitted a letter to FinCEN concerning its proposal to have regulated financial intermediaries surveil and report activity relating to crypto token mixers. TLDR, if this happened, then please make it narrow enough not to do real damage to the ecosystem. The Blockchain Association also submitted a response to FinCEN stating that the proposal's definition of CVC mixing is far too broad and does not provide sufficient evidence backing up for such a broad definition. And as a resource, crypto venture capital firm Paradigm also filed a response arguing that the proposed rule is not the appropriate tool to address the FinCEN stated concern, while Coin Center stated that the rulemaking was unprecedented and exceedingly broad in their response.